One thing that most high school teachers have as a classroom rule is to be respectful. And we typically are talking about students being respectful to the teacher, students being respectful to other students. But I don't think that we focus or really think about teachers being respectful towards students. And this is something that I made a note of for myself because I know that sometimes just in talking with someone you don't realize your own natural tone of voice. So I know that sometimes my voice can come off like I'm being arrogant, like I'm being condescending, or like I'm being rude. I know this. So I've made an assertive effort of looking at my tone, looking at my body language when I talk to students. Am I coming across as adversarial to them? And that's something that I don't want to do. And I think it's possible that during my student teaching that I have, not on purpose, but just in the general course of a class, as opposed to saying, you need to sit your chair flat on the floor. That just kind of sounds mean. And even if I said it in a lighter tone, as you really need to sit the chair flat, it feels kind of like I'm being bossy. But I think if I said something to the effect of, I would really appreciate it if you would sit your chair flat on the floor so that you don't fall and injure yourself. And for teenagers, I think it also would work well to add, and that way you won't get embarrassed, so the whole class won't laugh at you when you fall or if you fall. And it seems like this is working, but it is very hard to do consistently, just because deep down inside I might literally feel furious with a student or angry with a student, and I have to take a deep breath. I try to keep not necessarily a monotone voice, but keep my same tone that I have in general, as opposed to a tone that's just more, you're in trouble. So that's something I'm working on. And like I said, I think that it's been working in the classroom, especially with fifth period, because they don't seem as rowdy. And finally, they're coming in and settling down and doing the warm-up without me having to come around and say, do the warm-up, start the warm-up, start the warm-up, start the warm-up. And even though I am still doing that some, I don't feel that I have to do it as much for everyone. I do have selected students that I need to go around and do that for, but I'm typically doing that for students who also have an IEP. So that's a part of their IEP to perhaps, give them verbal instructions in addition to written instructions. And I just have to keep in mind that when I'm doing that, although in my head I might feel like, gosh, why are you not doing the warm-up? Why are you sitting over here talking? Da-da-da-da-da. I have to come to them and say, hey, what did you get for number 1? Are you having a problem? Did you look at your notes from yesterday? Those will help you to do number 1. So that's what I've really been trying to do. And again, I think it's been helping. And it also has helped me mentally and therefore physically. Because when I'm not so uptight and mentally stressed out because, gosh, these kids get on my nerves and they don't ever do what you ask them to do, it's more of a feeling of, okay, they're human just like I'm human. And I just need to give them a polite nudge to stay focused and to stay on task. And when I have that feeling, it's just a better sense of positivity as opposed to so much negativity. I guess because I have started to approach them in a lighter mood, my mood has lightened as a consequence.